Former Cardinals third baseman David Freese declined induction into the team's Hall of Fame this weekend with some Twitter statements and stuff like that. But this is one thing he specifically said. He said, "This is something that I have given an extra amount of thought to humbly, even before the voting process began. I am aware of the impact I had helping this team bring great memories to the city I grew up in, including the 11th championship, but this honor means more to me." And then the team president, Bill DeWitt III, responded and said, "Although we are disappointed that David has declined to be inducted into our Hall of Fame, we respect his decision and look forward to celebrating his great Cardinal career in other ways." This is really interesting, I think.
Yeah.
Because some people are saying this is a slap in the face of the team. Others, that it's self-awareness and showing respect to the guys who are already there. Brig, where do you fall on this?
Oh,
spectrum?
bro. I'm going to look up. I'm going to look up who else is in that St. Louis Cardinals Hall of Fame really quick, because I think that's going to be a relevant data point.
I think it will too. So while you do that real quick, I think that something that went into their decision to include him is the fact that, like he said, he grew up in St. Louis. To me, that was like, okay, I feel like the team wants to do a guy solid who, like, this was his team growing up. He understands the history. He has a real appreciation for this team. And he was on the latest championship team, right?
Sure.
To me, it feels like they wanted to do him a solid, but I think you're going to make a point that I would also make here in just a minute. Do you have it pulled up?
I got it pulled up. So I'm going to start. Started electing, looks like in 2014 was when they began electing people to their, just the club specific Hall of Fame. And a number of these players are also in the Cooperstown Hall of Fame, but it starts with Jim Bottomley, Ken Boyer, Sam Breeden, Harry Brechin, I don't know, Lou Brock, great, Jack Buck, Gussie Bosch, Jack Buck as the broadcaster, by the way, for those of you that don't know, Chris Carpenter, Vince Coleman, Charles Comiskey, interesting, Mort Cooper, Dizzy Dean, I always love Dizzy Dean's name, Jim Edmonds, there you go, Kurt Flood, Bob Forsch, Frankie Frisch, Bob Gibson, Chick Haffey, Jesse Haynes, Keith Hernandez, Tom Herr, Whitey Herzog, there's a name for you, Matt Holliday. Really?
So hasn't touched home plate.
Rogers Hornsby, super duh. Jason, that's a name I'm not going to pronounce. It starts with an I. I'm going to give it a shot. Jason, it's either Isringhausen or Iringhausen if the S is
Isringhausen.
Yeah, Isringhausen.
Isringhausen. There you go.
Thanks, buddy. Julian Javier, George Cassell, Max Lanier. This list goes on and on. I'm not going to read them all.
Stan Musial, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Mark McGuire.
Yeah. Okay.
Stan Usual. There's Stan the Man. Branch Rickey.
Okay. Yeah. So think about a lot of the names on that list, and for them to put a guy like David Freese on there,
yeah,
I can see why he's like, no. I am not one of them. Right? To me, that's what it feels like.
So here's an interesting thing I just noticed. Yeah. So first of all, yes, I agree with you. I think it's a I'm not worthy situation. I agree with that. But this is also interesting. There are different selection committees for the Cardinals Hall of Fame. There was the inaugural selection committee in 2014. There's a team selection committee. I don't know what red ribbon means, but apparently it's its own selection committee. And then there is a fan selection committee. So guys are in the Hall of Fame for the St. Louis Cardinals specifically based on fan votes, including Joe Torre, John Tudor, Ted Simmons, Scott Rowland, Mark McGuire, Willie McGee, Tim McCarver, Ray Lankford.
I feel like some of those still make sense, though, you know?
Yeah. Whitey Herzog.
Yeah.
Nope, sorry. He was inaugural.
Okay.
Keith Hernandez, there's one. Anyway, That's really interesting.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
But no, I respect his decision, honestly, when it comes down to it. To kind of, like I said, have some self-awareness, to respect the guys around him, just like, I'm not on that level. And I think it's cool. Because I don't think there are a lot. I think most guys have at the very least just enough of an ego to be like, I played in the bigs. Yeah, I belong with those guys.
Yeah,
Right?
I think that's true.
And I'm not saying everybody. I'm saying a lot of guys, especially if they played to the
Yeah.
point where they're being honored to this level.
But let's look at David Freese for a minute more closely. He spent his entire 11-year career with the same club.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true. It looks like there's.
Oh no, he
I'm
played
sorry.
somewhere else.
There were 5 years. It was 5 years in St. Louis. So that's a short sample size.
Mm-hmm.
In that time, he's a one-time All-Star, 2011 World Series MVP, NLCS MVP, and his career WAR sits at 18.7. Career batting average 27 or 277 rather. So yeah, I think you're right. I think that he's aware that he doesn't fit the same caliber. I'm going to have to agree with that now that I have all the data points.
Cool. I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
baseball family, what do you think? Are we
let
way
us
off
know.
base here?
Yeah, do you think
We
it's
got
a
a lot
slap
of
in the face and
fans.
disrespectful, or anyway?
Yeah.
Let us know. Jump in the mailbag.